Hi, this is Natalie and we're the Audio Brewers. In this video we are super excited to show you not only our very first product, but also a first of its kind, featuring a beautiful upright piano from the late 80s. So welcome to the Upright! Additionally, we're going to dive deep into our engine, which was designed to offer you a plethora of tools without having to move from the library to a bunch of third-party plugins. The Upright is the first virtual instrument to be recorded, mixed, and delivered fully in Ambisonics, which is a technology that, unlike stereo, where you record a left and right channel in order to play back the same left and right channels, you record a spheric surround signal of how the sound approaches the listener from every corner around them. The result is that you can decode this signal for it to be the traditional stereo signal, but you can also decode it to be compatible with any speaker array you can imagine, including any surround speaker array such as 5.1 or even Atmos. Ambisonics technology is also compatible with VR and binaural technologies, so you pretty much can have your composition ready for any speaker array in a matter of seconds. For those who prefer the traditional stereo sound libraries, the Upright also comes in stereo format and is easily interchangeable. So you can write your music in stereo and then swap for an Ambisonics patch to prepare your surround mix. So I'm currently using a head tracker, which is decoding my Ambisonics signal according to the position of my head, and you can't imagine the realism this gives to my music. No matter where I look, the piano stays in the position I've chosen without the feeling of it being hard-panned. The Upright was sampled in many different ways, from traditional sustains to felt keys and even prepared articulations. So let's get to it. As you can see, as soon as you open the library, you are presented with a very clean interface that only contains 4 dials. Our idea was that a library should play from the second you open it without distracting you with a lot of controls and buttons. The 4 dials were assigned to what we considered useful, but don't worry, they can be assigned to almost any control in the library. Clicking on the hamburger menu, you can access the different parts of the piano. Each part can be enabled or disabled, or it can even be unloaded from memory. Also, there's an independent volume control. So, for example, if I want to only hear the keystrokes, I can do it. Or maybe I only want the keystrokes with a resonance that sounds when the pedal is down. Our modulation section contains 4 slots that you can organize in whatever way you want. As you can see, right now I have my ADSR controls as first modulator, but let's say I wanted to add an offset control. It would be just a matter of loading it in another slot. If I wanted this offset control to be available in my main window, by shift-clicking on the dial, I can assign it to any of the 4 front dials. As you can notice, I can now control the offset without having to go back to the modulators window. Apart from the traditional modulators, we have developed a velocity modulator which will allow you to control your velocity responses without using the traditional velocity cap. In this case, when you assign a minimum and maximum velocity value, while playing, our engine will recalculate your strength into the new parameters. This way, you always have a natural sounding piano in any velocity range possible. Let's try and make a very soft piano with weird touches. That sounds nice. Our effects window contains 5 racks, in which you can assign any of the effects we have made available. This gives you unique flexibility in the way you want to organize your effect chain. Just like the modulator dials, any of the dials of any of the effects can be assigned to the front window so that you can have access to it quickly. So, for example, if I wanted to have a feedback delay control in my front window, all I would do is just load my delay in any of the racks and shift-click on the feedback to assign it to one of my dials. If I assigned this dial to my mod wheel, I could simply play and enjoy. Finally, by activating the sequencer, you can assign any of the dials to be automated by our step sequencer. In our mixer window, you'll be able to adjust each of the channels for the different mixes we have created. We have added a dial for tightening the sample start. A panning control is available in the stereo version. And finally, you can control how the effects behave in each of the channels. Our engine also exists in a layered version where, instead of multiple mixes, we have created a 5-layer system that can adapt great for sound design. Each of the articulations can be sent to one or multiple layers, and each of the layers can be configured independently. In the layered version, as you can see, some of our modulators can be assigned to whichever layer you might choose. This, combined with the fact that you can also independently send any of the effects to the layers of your choice, helps you transform your instrument into a proper sonic experience. Everything in native Ambisonics. And that's it.